Hey, so I'm Sam. I'm currently a junior. I'm pursuing a degree in finance, and today I'm going to be going over what the field of commercial equipment finance is all about. So the first question I'm going to answer is, what is commercial equipment finance? What's done in that industry? So, have you ever wondered how companies with large startup costs, such as trucking companies or mining companies, how do they get going, and how do they maintain that large fleet that's required? So, large and small companies will typically look for financing when purchasing equipment, and it's somebody in the commercial equipment finance field that they're gonna call and try to make that happen. It's mainly done within banks, but for people in specific industries like mining, a lot of times they'll go to Caterpillar if they want to have all Caterpillar equipment, and Cat will have in-house financing guys that can get that done. Or Peterbilt is a good example in the trucking uh, industry that'll have in-house financing as well. This is an extremely important job that lets smaller companies get going, and it lets larger ones grow a lot faster as well. Since these industries are mainly businesses where the equipment is what brings the revenue, most companies, large or small, would rather finance or lease their equipment up front than buy it outright. It allows them to use the equipment to pay for itself without tying up a tremendous amount of cash in the equipment, and that would lower the liquidity levels of the company. So what does somebody with this job actually do? Well, when a company is looking to purchase some sort of equipment, they'll look to someone to finance it. It would be my job to work with the equipment dealership and the purchasing party, typically a corporation, to come together on an agreement to finance it. These are some of the things I pulled from the job description that was on Bank of America's website. Things like looking over the financial statements from the purchaser. So you'd have to have a good understanding of accounting to know what kind of financial health the company's in, as to if they would be able to pay back the loan or lease that you're going to give them. You're trying to get new clients, potentially new startup companies, financing they would need to get newer equipment. Customers with existing equipment that want to expand and purchase more equipment, you would work with them. Um, you're going to work with coworkers just to make sure that projects go smoothly from the very start to the very end of the transaction. So these were listed as the job requirements on Bank of America's website for this job. They're looking for somebody with an undergrad degree in accounting, finance, engineering, or something else with a business concentration. I'm currently working on my finance degree. They're obviously looking for somebody with strong analytical skills because you need to be able to understand the underlying financial workings of a deal like this. You need to have good transaction management and negotiation skills, um, as well as the ability to travel 50% of the time, is what they said. So, probably 2 to 3 days a week is what I would assume. I guess that's just to meet with different clients and do things that would, I guess, not be able to be done over the phone or over video call or something like that. And they listed this as a 40-hour-a-week job on their website. So what company are you actually going to be working for in a field like this? The position I chose was Bank of America, just pretty much because they're local. I know a few people who work for them. One of them is an accountant, and he's worked for Wells Fargo and Bank of America, and he seemed to like Bank of America a lot better. And I just chose Bank of America, basically based on that. I'm not limited to one company. Um, Other banks obviously have them, like Wells Fargo, like I just mentioned. Other options would be to work for a specific equipment manufacturer, such as Caterpillar, Komatsu, or Cummins. These are all large companies that will have in-house financing managers that'll do the same function as a bank. They'll just work closer with the equipment manufacturer because they are representing them. Um, Local positions are available, but obviously these are all large multinational corporations and they'll have positions all over the world. So relocation's obviously an option if somebody wanted to do that. So why do I want this job? Um, I currently work for a company that's in the power generation industry, so I have some experience kind of the other side of the table. I've always been interested in finance. That's why I'm pursuing a finance degree. This is a job that, unlike most finance sectors, doesn't require you to sit behind a desk 40 hours a week. Travel is one of the things that I really enjoy, and I would love get to be able to travel across the country for work. Um, Bank of America specifically, they're local. I'm not really looking to relocate for work. And it's not just Bank of America. Many companies have positions available within Charlotte. And this is also a field that allows you to really grow and move up in a company um, without having to relocate. So to wrap it all up, I plan on doing an internship with one of these companies this summer and just kind of get my feet wet, make sure that I actually enjoy the job. This is just one segment of the finance sector, which is a massive industry. It makes up about 8% of the entire US GDP. And if this isn't the job for me, there's many opportunities outside this specific one within finance that this job would still get me experience towards. And I found that the starting salary is usually from 55,000 to 70,000, but that was on Glassdoor, so take that as you will.